Hey guys, Alex here from AlexFergus.com, and yes, I have another month of news, updates, new science, new articles, new products, new videos, lots of things to share and talk about. This is the month of August 2022, and I'm bringing you the latest red light therapy news and updates. So first up, new products to hit the market. MitoRed have their new MitoRed Bed. It is rather expensive, $65,000, though if you put that in perspective, I think the NovoThor is about $120,000, maybe more. Actually, at the bottom of the MitoRed Light Bed page, there is a comparison chart. They've done a really good table here. We've got five beds, broken it down across all sorts of metrics, LEDs. Is this right? Total LEDs in the MitoRed Bed is 41,000, and there's only 3,500 in the NovoThor. I know the NovoThor's been around for a long time, and here they've got the NovoThor coming in at 140,000. That's crazy. I don't know why it's so different. Interesting. I don't know that much about beds. I do have some not strong. I've got some strong thoughts on beds versus panels, and I've actually just finished recording that video, so be sure to hit subscribe to check that out when it's published. They serve their place more for the commercial user, I guess, not really for a home user, and that's what I talk about in the video. But yeah, check that out if you want to get what looks like to be a pretty neat bed. $64,000. I believe discount code Alex will save you some money, so you might want to use that if you are getting one of those beds there. Speaking of beds, Rouge Care also have a new red light therapy bed. They call this their Rouge Bliss, a full body immersion red light therapy bed. Now, what's interesting is it's currently available for $40,000 Australian, which works out to be, I don't know, maybe 30,000 US, which is like half the price of MitoRed. So I don't know much about it, but hey, if you're in the market for beds, you definitely should check that out, as well as the MitoRed one and the NovoThor and all the rest. Yeah, who knows, maybe I'll review on one day. It's not super exciting for me personally, but this channel's not just about me, is it? It's about you guys as well. So leave a comment below if you are interested in beds and would like to know more about them. Maybe I can do something on it. Back to MitoRed, they have now put up a community page. I know this isn't a product as such, but it may be helpful for some out there. It's a community page where you can go and try a MitoRed product, whether it's a panel or one of their beds near you. So they're populating that map, so keep an eye on that, because they do sell their Mito Perform range, where they have their little walk-in rooms and the beds and stuff. So that's pretty neat if you do want to try before you buy. GembaRed have a couple new products, their Vector Mini and their Beacon. Now both of these are that mini sort of tabletop range, 40 to 50 LEDs. I am doing a few reviews on the tabletop panel, so I may actually see if I can get my hands on one of these products and include it in my reviews and future comparison series. Finally, we have Hooga Health. They're selling a green lamp that is aimed at countering migraines. Now, I know this is red light therapy news. Hooga Health do some really neat red light therapy products at great prices as well. I still don't know much about the red, the blue. I know a fair few things about the red. I still don't know much about the greens and the blue lights and the other light that we're seeing in some of these products, like the masks and stuff. But I mean, hey, we know how powerful red is. I'm sure green can do wonders as well. Before we go through all the great new content that's hit the web this month, I just want to do a quick shout out to PerformanceLab Vision. This is a daily supplement that I've been taking for a while now. I take it for eye health, of course. It is a vision supplement. It protects me against the dangers or damaging effects of blue light, which I'm exposed to a lot when I'm doing my videos here. It also helps with eye performance, and as someone who is not only always looking to strive for the best, I use my eyes a bit in a few sports I do. I do a lot of shooting sports, so something I'm really keen to look after my eye health. Now, this product is packed full of natural compounds. I'll give you two examples. One is astaxanthin. There's 1 milligram of astaxanthin in each serve. Now, astaxanthin is what gives wild-caught salmon that red, rich color, and it has been shown to increase blood flow to the retina. You're also getting 25 milligrams of European bilberry extract. And we know that bilberry nutrition can help keep the eye capillaries, the very, very tiny blood vessels in the eye, keep them nice and flexible and helping with blood flow to the eye for peak visual and eye health. So if you want to learn more about PerformanceLab Vision, I'll put a link to it below and you can go check it out. Okay, so looking at new articles, the first one up is from GembaRed. Now, the date is actually 2019, so it's not new, but it was new to me and I enjoyed reading it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. It is titled, "What is the best time of the day to use red light therapy?" They'll look at an ancestral point of view and light exposure, a little bit around timing heat and cold, like saunas and cryotherapy, and circadian rhythm and sleep. And they'll look at some of the research on all this as well, and Andrew does a good job of putting it into that ancestral context, which I'm going to expand on later in this video as well. But check that out if it is something that has interested you, like, hey, when should I be using red light therapy? Next up, we've got a bunch of newly released before and after documents or blog articles. Red Light Rising has put up a really good story, or two stories, two life-changing stories with red light therapy about some of their users, how they fix chronic pain and thyroid issues. So yeah, I mean, if you've been in the space for a long time, you probably know how powerful it is, but if you're new to it, you might want to check that out. If you do suffer from chronic pain or thyroid issues, then definitely check out the story as well. Bond Charge, the company that used to be known as Blue Locks, they have put out red light therapy before and after with pictures showing everything from weight loss to stretch mark improvements, cellulite, hair growth, acne. So yeah, check that out again if you're keen to learn more about how powerful red light therapy is. And then finally we have Solbasium. They've done an article on wrinkles, red light therapy and wrinkles before and after as well. So yeah, 3 new articles showing the before and after effects of red light therapy. So that's pretty neat. Red Light Rising have also put out some new guides on how to utilize red light therapy, wavelengths, timing, dosage, etc. on various health issues. So for instance, depression or athletic performance. So I really like these guides. It's something that I get asked a lot about, how should I use it for recovery and stuff. And it's not a path I would personally want to go down. So instead I encourage these sort of links when they are published. So check them out and have a look on their website. They've got some good information over there. Next up, I want to give a shout out to Scott Kennedy's LightpathLED Red Light Therapy Facebook group. Now, if you're on Facebook and you're into red light therapy, you should check out this group. I'll put a link to it in the description below. There's about 9,000 members in there, and it's got some good stuff in there. I mean, Scott's very passionate and very knowledgeable about red light therapy, and he's right into the pulsing side of things, which is still something that I don't know that much about. So yeah, if you want to learn more about red light therapy, if you just want to get opinions from others who are using the products, or just bounce ideas around, check out that group. And while we're talking about LightpathLED, they've also put up a really nice 101 on red light therapy video. Scott explains the basics really well in this video, so if you are new or you're trying to get someone else into red light therapy, it's a good video to check out and to share. Next we have 2 articles from CytoLED. Now one of them is quite a thought-provoking article on dosing and red light therapy. It's an article where they interviewed 2 heavy hitters in the red light therapy research space, and they picked their brain on all sorts of things around dosing for the home user, distances, the effects of beam angle, LEDs versus lasers, skin reflection, absorption rates, full body versus targeted treatments, protocols, all sorts of things in there, like real practical questions that will help you and I get the most out of red light therapy. So check that out. And I do want to give a shout out for CytoLED here. Because they are putting some really good articles out there. GembaRed is another website. Andrew, I've interviewed him. He knows his stuff. But the guys at CytoLED, they're reaching out to some, like I said, some real heavy hitters and putting together some neat articles. And I enjoy reading them because it helps me learn more about this stuff, and of course, helps you guys as well. So check out their blog if you haven't already. Finally, CytoLED have put out an extremely detailed article on red light therapy and skin health. So if you're coming into red light therapy to boost or improve your skin, definitely check this article. Okay, so this month's science paper is titled Effects of Low-Level Light Therapy on Dentine Hypersensitivity, a Systemic Review and Meta-Analysis. It was quite interesting. I personally have suffered from dentine hypersensitivity, where you go to the dentist and they say everything's fine, but every now and then, like, I'll get sensitive pain from cold or hot or whatever it may be. And I have found personally that red light therapy is a game changer. Like, it was one of the first things I noticed, like, years and years ago, about how powerful red light therapy was. When I stopped using it for a period, the pain came back. So I don't need to read a science paper to tell me that it works or not, because I've experienced it firsthand. But yeah, this is quite a detailed review. And yeah, the conclusions were that red light therapy did show that it was helpful for alleviating dental hypersensitivity. So that is great, and not surprising, I guess. There are some interesting findings in the paper. So the researchers did find that a lower dose seemed to be better than a high dose. So that could be obviously standing further away from the panel. If you were using something like a Biomax, you can drop the power intensity down. But what I personally do for my jaw is I just shine it on the side, both sides of my mouth, and that light has to go through the cheek. So obviously it's a much lower power level when it is hitting the gums and the tooth inside. So that was an interesting finding, and that's something that I talked to Andrew about in our recent interview, about how more is not necessarily always better. They also talk about the mechanisms of action and how this works. So pretty much they break it down to three reasons why we are seeing these benefit effects on dental health. The first one is increased energy production from the red light, from the red and near-infrared light. The second one is inflammation levels are lowered, and the third one is improved blood flow. So all three of these things are obviously big factors in helping one improve their health and wellness. And those three things can be applied to any sort of issue: wound healing, muscle trauma, just general well-being and health and wellness. And again, it's why red light therapy is continuing to grow, and it's really hard to beat from a health and wellness and performance point of view. All right, so this month's question is, why do I need a red light therapy device when I can go outside and be exposed to the light from the sun? And it's a good question. There are some articles covering this. I think GembaRed have an article on red light therapy in the sun, so maybe I'll link to that below. But I'll give you my quick takeaway. All right, so with red light therapy, we're tapping into a few wavelengths. So 660 and 850 nanometer near infrared light are the two most commonly used wavelengths. Now, the visible spectrum is massive. You've got your blue light in the 500s, green, yellow, all that sort of stuff. It's quite a wide spectrum, but that's only a narrow spectrum of what light is coming from the sun. What we're doing with the red light therapy panel is we're tapping into a few of those wavelengths, and we're concentrating that light through high intensity power and exposing our body or tissue, whatever it may be, for a period of time. So what we're doing is taking something from nature that has been shown to be beneficial, concentrating it, and then applying it through various protocols. It's no different to say, vitamin C. Like, you can have an orange, get a little bit of vitamin C, or you can have ascorbic acid, vitamin C, that may be synthetically produced, and you can have high dose vitamin C, and that has been shown to help various health issues as well. So one could argue, hey, I only need nature, sure, but we don't live in a natural nature-only environment anymore. Like, I'm surrounded by computers, under lights. I have to stay up late sometimes for phone calls. We travel. I'm pushing my body, training really hard to do things that aren't quite natural, not even natural movements. So I'll utilize supplements and red light and sauna and all this other stuff to try and improve my health and wellness, and also to mitigate the damages of unnatural things on our body. So you could argue red light therapy is the same sort of thing as that. And we're also tapping into science. I mean, we're learning more and more about red light. We're learning more and more about the body. If you find that this wavelength can help with these things and you suffer from those things, why would you not use it, right? Yes, you are getting some red light and near infrared light from the sun, but you're not getting it in the same concentrations that a red light therapy panel can put out, or a laser can put out, or a bed, or whatever you're using for your red light therapy treatment. Red light therapy panels aren't meant to replace the sun. They're not designed to. No one's ever marketed them that way. And I'm not saying if you're using a red light therapy panel, you don't need to go out in the sun. Of course, that's not the case as well. And we know that the sun is very, very powerful for healing and all sorts of things from a hormonal point of view. So you can do what I do, go out in the sun when the sun is shining, and then also come back inside and use your red light therapy panel later on in the day. Again, I'll see if I can dig up some more articles on this topic and link to them below. Okay, finally, a bit of an update from me and what I'm doing and what new products are coming and what new videos you can expect to see on the channel. So good news, the Infrared Flex, the new range from Infrared, there's one being sent to me at the moment. So as soon as I have that, I'll be reviewing it, testing it, playing with it, and then posting a video. It probably won't go out until early September. So for those of you who have been waiting to see my review before you order one, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait a few more weeks. I've got lots more tabletop panels. In fact, 2 just arrived today. The MitoRed 300 and the Luminous Red, I think that's how you say it. The Luminous Red, they're a smaller tabletop panel as well. They both turned up today, so I'll be testing them this month, and those videos should be out in September as well. I'm going to get my hands on the Platinum, the smaller Platinum tabletop panel, test that. So once I've got those 3, I think I'll have about 6 tabletop panels. So I'll be getting close to kicking off that comparison series. So be sure to subscribe to check out those videos, and of course the tabletop comparison series. That will be out before the end of the year. I got some good feedback on the mask video I did, the Dermabean mask. A lot of people wanted me to test more, and a few popular brands that are quite common in the health influencer space. So I may try and get my hands on 1 or 2 more of those and test them and share my thoughts. And I do appreciate all the comments as well. Finally, videos coming out. I've got a video on Flicker, red light therapy and Flicker, what you need to know. I've got a video coming out on pulley systems with red light that are included with the red light therapy panels. I've done my Red Rush 400 Pulse review. I've just filmed that. That's a new panel from Red Therapy Co, so that's pretty neat. And then a video on red light therapy panels versus beds, which I alluded to earlier. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, leave me your comments, give me a thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Every month I do a red light therapy news and update video. I'm also doing 1 or 2 big reviews a month, comparison series, all sorts of things. Plus the odd unrelated video, whether it's on my rowing or training or a biohack supplement or whatever it may be. So yeah, check them out if you want to. Any questions, leave them below. I will see you later. Bye.